when you say, count me in. Count me in. Count me in. No.
Demonstrations outside the U.S. Supreme Court Tuesday as inside, the conservative majority of justices appeared to side with the Trump administration over a hot-button issue, adding a citizenship question to the 2020 census. Reuters correspondent Nick Brown.
The census is a once every 10-year count of everybody in America, and it's through that data that we determine how many seats in Congress each state receives, and it's how the federal government decides how to allocate over $800 billion a year in federal funding. And if you mess it up, you don't get another chance to redo it for 10 years. So the stakes are incredibly high.
The White House says adding the citizenship question is needed to gather information that will help protect voting rights. Democrats challenged the move, saying that adding the question could frighten immigrants out of responding, skewing the count.
By putting a citizenship question on the census forms, all experts indicate and suggest that, in fact, it would undermine that count.
Statisticians with the Census Bureau itself have concluded that adding the question could depress responses.
That data is seen as pretty good data within the statistical world, but the conservative justices called it into question during the oral arguments. It's not seen as a particularly encouraging sign to the advocacy groups that the justices seem willing to at least consider that the Census Bureau's data may not be trustworthy.
Among the justices showing support for the administration were Trump's own appointees, Brett Kavanaugh and Neil Gorsuch, who pointed out that other countries have a citizenship question. And in the same camp, Chief Justice John Roberts, who's considered the court's pivotal vote. Lower courts ruled the administration violated federal law and the U.S. Constitution in seeking to include the question on the census form. The last time a citizenship question was on the U.S. Census was 1950. A ruling by the Supreme Court is due by the end of June.